Hi everyone, I'm Mailu from Plants by Lulu and welcome on my channel. Today I'm going to repot some plants and answer some of your questions or discuss some of your topics. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and let's go! We will begin with this Salaginella, and I don't know if it's translated on camera, but it has kind of a blue sheen to it, and I want to put it in this one. Okay, I have to be honest, some cuttings are not ready to be potted up, but some plants and some cuttings are really ready. So I'm going to split this repot kind of in two sections. I will do one this week and one in 2 weeks. Hopefully by then the cuttings are ready. So I got a comment on one of my Hoya videos where it said, need more light. I don't know if that was an answer on my question, do you want another video with more light? Because I recorded that video in the midst of winter when it was very dark outside and it got very dark early. Or that she meant that in generally my Hoyas need more light. I will assume the first one because I asked in the video if you guys wanted to have another video with my Hoyas. And I recently noticed that a lot of people like it when you sit down and you show the plants you're talking about in the frame instead of what I did, taking you around. And I guess I'm asking you guys what you want to see. Do you want to see again another tour with better lights of the place where the plants are and the plants in them, or do you want me to grab them and make a sit down video of it? I guess the only reason I didn't do that is because I really want my plants to thrill and to form themselves in the spaces they're living in. So if I would take one plant out of that space, or all of them for that matter, it would mean that their natural way of growing would be kind of disrupted. And I don't like that idea. But if you guys prefer that way of showing, then of course I will try to do that. So that was kind of the first comment or thing I wanted to address. Okay, so what I'm doing here, normally I would not do that because I don't think that is great, but for this one I will use the soil that was in the pot, because I think this is great mixed soil with perlite and a little bit of stones, and I don't have that, and I think if this one is used to growing in that substrate, I will use that again. But I normally don't do that. So the next topic I wanted to talk to you about is that, hold on, I will put this up quickly. So yeah, that's potted up in this one. This is the back. Don't think that's very important, but yeah, that's this one. So the next topic is, this is my paper plant, by the way. Habanero chocolate paper plant, and I don't know if you can see it on screen, but his leaves are very yellow and he is getting moderate amount of sun, like I think for 2-3 hours. But besides that, he's not doing great, and I think that's because, I don't know if you can see the bottom, but he's very root bound, I think. So I'm going to look. Yes, so yeah, so as you can see, he is very, 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 very root bound. So I'm going to put him up in this big of a pot. You might think that's too big, but he got the whole summer to grow into this pot, and by the end of the summer, beginning of autumn, I can repot him in a slightly bigger pot so he can rest for the winter. Yeah, the next topic is how do you care for plants that are bulbs? Because I was never good with bulbs. If you get alocasia bulbs, they rotted away, and if you get me other type of bulbous plants, I got, I think, the Stephanie erecta, the one that grows from a bulb. It's vines, very cute. You have a green one and a more bluish green. You have, I think, also the supernova or something, or the nova one. But those are very beautiful but have bulbs, and they kind of die when it's winter. All the leaves die, and what happened to me with every bulb I have ever owned, which I think are 5 different plants though, different plants, but every bulb I ever owned, the bulb itself rotted away. And so I guess it's either I give too little water and they shrivel up, and then if I give water they rot, or I overwater constantly and they rot. Well, the bottom line is they rot away like easily for me, and that has been a problem kind of my whole plant journey, always. And I don't know what to do. I now have a bulb. It's this one. It's a Zamia furfuracea. And as you can see, it's in water. It's a bulb. This one rotted away, I think, in December. All the leaves started to disappear. And as you can see, I don't know if it's... But the half of this one is kind of rotted away. The bulb was like this. I don't know why it stopped, the rot, because in my experience the rot never stops and it takes over the whole bulb. But this one stopped, and so I stored it dry for 1 month. When spring hit, and I thought by myself, I'm going to try and grow roots. And the weird thing now is he has new growth. This kind of thing is new growth. The new leaf is emerging while there are no roots. So honestly, he lives now in water, but what do I do? In my past experience, if I would pot him up, he would rot at this point with no roots. In my past experience, if I put it in water, it would also rot, so I'm very surprised this one. All my experiences with bulbs have been bad. They all rotted away, with or without roots, basically. And everything I found online was either like, put it in substrate, but I also tried that. I put it in sphagnum moss, that didn't work, that rotted. I put it in lechuza, didn't work, rotted. So I don't know what to do. I really like that he's putting out a leaf, but I don't know how he is going to sustain the leaf and the bulb if there are no roots. But I also don't want to like try everything else I mentioned, because I'm scared he's gonna die on me, and I don't want that. I guess I don't get a lot of questions from you guys, so I'm not gonna call this one a Q&A, but I'm still gonna discuss questions and comments in this repot, just to chat with you guys a bit. I think I don't really do that, and I guess I'm trying to figure out if that is something you guys want to see, or, you know, see more of. This looks great, I guess. So the next plant is an outside plant. This is kind of a small tree. It's this one. This one is a hazelnut tree. My boyfriend got it as a thank you gift. And we have a balcony. So It's not really great for a balcony tree, but he was really excited about it. And I'm also kind of excited about it that it's a hazelnut tree. So we will give it a shot. And so I'm going to pot him in this pot because we don't have enough space for a bigger pot on our balcony. I'm also going to put him more straight because he's very, very not straight. Okay. So the next topic, I guess, was that different people under multiple videos had asked or suggested to me that I could film some of my interior more. And I guess that's very nice of you to ask or to you know, comment about, but I'm not sure how to do that. Oh, okay. So I see little, I think, feeding bulbs in here, so I'm not gonna disturb that soil. I'm just gonna fill this one in with normal soil, I guess. But the thing is, I'm not sure how to incorporate that. I don't have an external light source, so I'm working with what we get from outside. And so I'm kind of questioning how to show you everything in a subtle way, or if I have to do it in a subtle way. You know, maybe I don't have to. Somebody asked me about my bookshelves. I guess that they wanted to see more about it. I love books. I love reading. I love books. I can make whole videos about books, but I don't know if you want to see that because this is a plant channel, you know? Ooh, I get ideas. Maybe what I can do is have a top something planned, and then discuss which book I think would best fit that plant. I can also do like top something books and find a plant with that. Maybe that's nicer, because then you would also know a bit about my reading lists and about what I would like. But yeah, that's just an idea that's popping into my head. I'm kind of sparring with you guys. Well, you can't directly answer me, but you know, yeah, comment down below if you would like to see that. And also if you would already have some, you know, pairings in mind. Maybe you already know, or you're already reading a book and you think, oh, that plant would fit perfectly with that book. It's got the vibes, it's got the aesthetics. I would be very interesting. And maybe I can do 2 videos about it, one of my own and one of your guys' suggestions. So if you would like that type of content, you can let me know down in the comments below. I hope this looks okay. I've straightened it a bit, and you know, he's a tree, so he's gonna grow towards the light and a bit crooked like you see here, but the base is upright and is straight. So I'm happy with that. We're going on to cuttings, and I have 3 things here. My Hoya spp or penularis is in too big of a pot, I noticed. So I want to pot him up in a smaller pot. And I have my Hoya Thomsonia here, where I have a cutting from. Oh, there's new growth, so I have to be very careful. But there's a cutting from this plant, and I want to put that cutting also in this pot. So that are the 2 Hoyas, and then this was the pot where my Syngonium albo in was, and so I want to pot those cuttings again in this planter. That are the 3 we're going to do right now. Yeah, so see, the root system is not that big. Yeah, so I got some questions and comments about what I exactly did, or how I exactly did things with my plans when I was away for 2 months, and I will go into that. So I went away for the month of January and February, and oh, look at these roots. I went away for the month of January and February for my thesis master. I have done research, and during those 2 months I had made kind of a watering manual for my boyfriend, because we live together and he would take care of my plants for those 2 months. However, my boyfriend is quite new to plant caring, so that was kind of a challenge, and I'm a person that does everything with the feels. So describing to my boyfriend how to care for a specific plant in written form without showing him is hard for me. So I made a manual and I tried my best. Ooh, it looks really nice like this. I made a manual and I don't know how much water I give my plants. That's kind of the tea. I don't know how much. I went over all my plants and categorized them in small, medium or large. Almost all of my plants are in plastic pots. So I said, I generally fill smaller pots. I do 1.5 fill. So I do 1 till the end of the plastic pot and then half a splash. Or 3 seconds. For the medium, I just decided that it was 2 or 3 times to the brim or 5 seconds. For the bigger plants, it was 10 seconds or again to the brim. That was the general instruction for every plant. So we grouped them in that way together, because otherwise it isn't like feasible. And it was winter, so I had said, because that is the way I do it in the winter, almost all of them get watered once in 2 weeks. So I thought that is the best. So we choose a day that was most convenient for him. And then I think there were 7 or 8 plants which had specific instructions. So that was either once a week, because I knew they really couldn't handle waiting for 2 weeks to get watered, or it was once in 5 days. And those were plants that are really thirsty in my collection. So that's that. Let me grab the cuttings I want to pot up. These are the roots, not roots. I really love these types of syngonium cuttings, especially this kind of syngonium. I really love this. So yeah, in this one. Where was I? So those were the specifics of those kind of more special plants. And so there were some plants I didn't specify things for, which I knew were a risk. And as I think earlier said, 3 died, and so that were the plants that had risks. He was really on top of the schedule. I really appreciated it that he did that, because he normally is a person who is more loose with schedules. I really want to put this plant in here because I already know the place where I'm going to put it. However, this plant has 4 new small roots, and I don't think that's enough to sustain this plant because he's also a bit flimsy. The same goes for this cutting. I already know where I'm going to put this one. He has one city root. I really wanted to pot these 2 up together because these are like kind of experiments, and I wanted to see if they have variegation or they will produce that, because they come from a variegated plant. This one has technically enough roots, but I really want to put them together, so I'm going to leave them in water for a bit longer. And from these are my micans, which has enough roots, so I'm going to put my micans up. So these roots are really entangled in each other, and I'm going to put these 2 up. However, I'm not sure. Yeah, they're both got new growth and stuff, and yada yada yada. Oh, I really don't like that they're stuck. Oh yeah, they're loose. He has produced another thick root. Like all the other ones are kind of noodles, and this one is a thick noodle. Again, I'm very, very impressed by the fact that this leaf is, this fully white leaf is still not really browning, only like this small edge is brown. He had a positive experience with this, and if we talked about the plants, because he kind of sees me stressing when there's a pest or something about the plants, he kind of gets that it can be stressful, and so he never dared to also like mingle in my plant care because he knew it's my hobby and stuff. So but he had to take care of the plants now, and so he got very enthusiastic about a lot of plants. So I think that's very cute. He noticed that. This is this one. Yeah, so I really think that's cute. And he is now paying more attention to plants, kind of forming his own opinion about plants, and I really like that. I really like that he is forming his own opinion and he has now his own taste in plants. He is learning, and I think that's very positive and very fun. Also to see him get on the journey and to see him be enthusiastic about plants, because I only saw that in myself and in other plant friends. So I'm really excited to see like how it is for him to discover plants and to get into them a little bit more. I think these one are the last one. I think I'm going to put them up in the same pot because I really want to have a kind of full micas plant again. They all have new growth, by the way. I also wanted to mention, one thing I want to ask you guys is that I have a lot of Monstera albos cuttings left, and I have too much, and I don't know who to give those cuttings to. So if you're living in the Netherlands, near The Hague, near Leiden, I would say, leave a comment down below or send me a message on Instagram, and maybe we can meet up and I will give you a cutting, which is now already kind of a plant. It's already rooted and stuff, so I will give you a full rooted cutting. I'm not gonna send them, so we kind of, I guess, have to meet up. That's kind of my question to you. Do you want that? If so, hit me up. So I've got this potted up, and I hope he will be happy and he will grow again. So those were the plants I potted up or repotted today. If you have any reactions on what I discussed in this video, please leave it down in the comments below. Also, if you want me to discuss a topic or to answer a question, please leave that also down below, because I'm going to do another one. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe and the like button, and I will see you in the next one. Doei!